Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller, and welcome back to some more Sonic Rush for the Nintendo DS. It might say that I only have 5% of this game completed, but in due time that shall increase. As in the previous parts, I took on the first zone of the game, the Leaf Storm Zone, I got a Chaos Emerald, and then I unlocked Zone 2, the Water Palace. I will get the Chaos Emerald from this zone, I will get at least an A rank on each of the levels. I will probably get an S rank, but at least an A rank. Remember, S ranks do not matter, and I'll even show how to easily get S ranks toward the end of this walkthrough. But for now, Zone 2, Water Palace, Sonic the Hedgehog, let's get a move on. And as the name implies, and as you can probably guess already, this level is themed around water. Now, in Sonic games, water... how do I put this? Let's just say we don't like water, and Sonic doesn't like water either. Now, you won't die if you touch the water, but thankfully with enough boosting speed, you can actually run along it. And generally speaking, in Sonic games, you want to take the higher paths anyway, so my best advice for this level is, for as much as you can, try to stay above the water. So here we go. Sometimes you just have to go into it, it's inevitable. But if you can stay above the water, try to stay above the water. Now, the main thing I remember about these levels is that it actually is quite easy to lose a life on them. There will be big open spaces where you can just fall and die. So I'm going to be a little more cautious on this level. I also need to, speak of the devil. I was about to say I also need to make sure I find one of these special rings. So let's go ahead and use my boost power to play a special bonus game and get a Chaos Emerald. There we go. Oh, and the big thing about water, yeah, if you're underneath it for too long, you will drown. Sonic games never really gave you infinite life underneath water. Sorry. It's not like Mario or Donkey Kong or Kirby. You actually don't want to stay in the water. But thankfully, even though this special game is technically taking place underwater right now, I can still breathe in here because this is a special zone. So we're just going to collect the rings and be on my happy, jolly way. So boom, boom. Okay, we're all set. And then we got this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Easy peasy. Well, for now. I mean, it's only the second Chaos Emerald. This will spike up in difficulty in due time, and we'll see what type of challenges they add on top of this. There were a lot more spikes in this one than there were in the first Chaos Emerald challenge, so... oh, I was talking too much. I gotta focus more. Obviously, in games like this, it's easier if I play and talk less. I thought I was good enough to be able to talk and play at the same time, but sometimes I might need to go a little silent, and hopefully you'll understand. Oh, with these enemies, you can actually tap on them. There we go. If you destroy them, you will get rings in the process, so it is advised that you destroy them. Be careful, you have to make sure that you keep tapping. It's not a one-tap deal. But okay, there's the first part done. And as I advised in the previous part when I did a Chaos Emerald challenge, make sure you collect as many rings as possible, not just the minimum amount. You need to go above and beyond because there's always going to be 2 segments to this. So boom. So if you get more rings in the first part, then you can have an easier time on the second part. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Boom, okay. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes they have 2 parts. Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Sometimes there's multiple phases to them, so be on the lookout. And then just play a little cautiously. Yeah, it's a little tricky when you're going over like a little hill. You get like a half second to actually see what's going on and react to it. Oh, no, missed those rings. Trying my best, guys. I'm not going to collect every single ring. Oh, no! It's okay. Thankfully, you can take hits in here and it won't affect your ranking outside of the special stage. You just need to get enough rings. You don't have to do perfect in here. There we go. Okay, that one only had 1. I mean, I have enough rings. I don't need to collect any more, but at this point, I'm just being stylish. Oh, I missed that one. Okay. I think this is just the end of it. So in case you got hit too many times by the enemies back there or something, this is your shot at redemption. All right, let's get that one. There we go. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. L shape. Very good. Okay. I think we're good. So, that's Chaos Emerald number 2. For the time being, they won't do anything right now. And you don't even need this Chaos Emerald to beat the zone. In fact, you don't even need it to beat the game. But this is a 100% walkthrough. And I do want to showcase what these Chaos Emeralds will do in due time. I mean, there are little holders for them. And see, it adds more color. I have a red Chaos Emerald, and now I have a blue Chaos Emerald. And now that Chaos Emerald screen has all the more color to it. It is all the more visually appealing to look at. Okay, so I'm underwater. I don't want to be down here for too long. Well, lo and behold, the worst part of this level. This little current system. It's very slow. Ideally, you want to move into those little wooden panels as quickly as possible so you can get out of it as quickly as possible. I'm okay right now. Yeah, you want to keep moving. You don't want to be underwater. do tricks on the rails when you can, keep up that boost meter, but also remain a little cautious, because like I said, there are just big abysses here. Like, underneath the water here, if I don't keep boosting, I could, that probably was an abyss and I would have just died. Okay, so now we have another one of these. Just boost. Okay, I didn't get the high parts. I'll take the low part. That's fine for now. Gotta be a little cautious. So when you're underwater, you can get air bubbles to refill your oxygen so you don't die immediately, but you'll have to keep getting them to ensure you won't die. Or you need to peek out from under the water at some point, which just isn't doable at the moment. And see how I'm taking a lower path now? Yeah, I gotta do a bit more platforming to make sure I don't die, versus if I had somehow taken the upper path, it probably just would have been dash boost heaven. And see, I started to run out of oxygen there. I'm fine now, but that could have been disastrous. Okay, I beat the level in under 2 minutes. Is it enough to get an S rank? A rank for sure. I hung on to all my rings, did tons of tricks. Boost meter was looking pretty good. Let's see. I don't think it's, I think it's only 80,000 something. Yeah, it's okay. So if I had a couple more rings, or if I was a little faster, if I did a couple more tricks, I would have gotten an S rank, but that's okay. Act 2. Slightly harder version than the first act. That's generally how Sonic games go. Alright, so I believe you could have boosted across the water there, but that's fine. I guess I'm already taking the lower path, but it might not matter in a second. Here we go, filling this up. Oh, okay, so that's another thing with this level. Obviously, this whole game is based around alternating between the top screen and the bottom screen, but on this level in particular, some parts are a little misleading because you'll constantly have water that pushes you up, water slides that bring you down, and then twisty water slides that bring you down, but they're not always at the same height, and if they are, they definitely don't feel like it. There are some parts that feel a little more jarring than others, and that's all I really have to say about it. Now, I can still play, I'm still fine, and hopefully my editing is making this a bit more tolerable to watch, but I can foresee some people having a hard time playing this level because of how often it switches between the screens, or rather, how often it doesn't switch between the screens, and when it does, it seems a little offset. It doesn't seem like it switches screens at the right time. Like this thing, it feels like it switches a little later than it should. Like you only get to the bottom screen at the very tail end of the slide rather than in the middle of it. But I don't know. Whatever. I'm fine. We're doing more platforming so we can get back to the top path. Oh, I guess I actually need to go to the left. Yeah. Sonic games are all about speed, but there is platforming involved, and sometimes that means you just gotta slow down, take in your surroundings, and then dash through everything. There we go. All right, see another one of these slides. See, but only on the last loop do you go all the way down. Or I don't know if it's consistent between all of those twirly slides. I will need to look in editing, but as it stands, it does not feel consistent. And then we got one of these. Now, water levels have always been a common theme in platformer games, and Sonic games have done their fair share of good water levels as well. Hydrocity Zone, or Hydrocity Zone, however you say it, is a classic Sonic level. But for as fun as this level is, in fact, it is probably among the better Sonic water levels, it doesn't really redeem water levels in platformers in general. Water levels in general are generally just slow. They are not the best mechanic, especially in a game all about speed, but I will at the very least say that this is among the better water levels in a Sonic game. I do enjoy playing it, and I think this might be the tail end of the level, because I think this is another one of those big open abyss areas, and if you fall, you will die here. There is no lower path, there is no saving you. Just platform accordingly. There we go. That's mainly what I was worried about the entire time I was playing this level, was a section like that. I think there were 2 in this level, and that was just, I'm glad it worked out, but that, if I just kept boosting, I probably either would have gotten crushed by the first block, or I would have missed the other platforms and I would have died. But okay, Act 2 clear, only an A rank, that's fine. Okay, it's boss time, baby! Oh, something I also should have pointed out real quickly. All boss levels will take place on the top screen. You won't escape this time, Eggman! Ha 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 ha! Hey, what's so funny? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have laughed at you, but you're so cruel. You taunt me by not using my full title. Ha 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 ha! What? Are you out of your mind, Eggman? Ha ha ha! There you go again. But in the end, you will be destroyed by Dr. Eggman Nega! Eggman Nega. Okay, well, let's just do it. So all boss fights on the top screen. All boss fights, no boost meter. All boss fights, your rank goes up if you hang on to all of the rings. So this boss fight is a little tricky. It's like partially homing, partially not. You gotta wait for him to do a belly flop, and then he'll go back toward the center of the arena, and then he'll try to home on you by trying to bite you, and if he misses the bites, that is your chance to attack. So you gotta wait for him to do basically 2 attacks. You gotta wait for him to miss 1 attack, then go into the center and miss the other. Now sometimes, he'll just go straight for the bite attack, but as it stands, he's gonna go for the belly flop, get the speed boost. You cannot hurt him after the belly flop, and if you can, I've never actually succeeded, but I'm fairly certain you can't hit his head after he does the belly flop. Don't try it. I've gotten hurt more times by it than I'd like to admit in practice runs. There we go. You gotta wait for him to bite. It's all in the head, not in the belly. So, we're just gonna wait. I do appreciate this seed-looking creature. Kind of reminds me of a Loch Ness monster-looking thing. I mean, it's clearly based on a turtle, but it gives me more of that Lapras vibe with the neck and the extra long little fins, flippers, whatever you want to call them. I like them. I think it's the extra long neck, though. But still, I'm liking it. Cool design. Making good use of that 3D on this DS system. This could have been an entirely 2D game and looked similar to Sonic Advance, but they went for this 3D approach, and I think it looks pretty good. DS games are not going to be visually groundbreaking. They are going to be lacking in resolution, but for what they have, I think Sega did a great job here. It's bright and colorful. The 3D is worthwhile. They were able to do things in this game that they weren't able to do in previous games, or that they didn't do in previous games. I think it looks great. And at least main gameplay makes great use of both screens. Boss fights, not so much, but they don't need to. They're just focusing on the 3D, and I don't think they'd be able to render out a 3D boss fight that used up both screens. I think that'd be a little harsh trying to keep this 60 frames per second gameplay. So, here he comes. He's doing this attack. You just gotta wait for him. He's not gonna go. Oh, whoa! I was about to say he's not gonna go all the way across the screen, but he actually did hit me. I'm sorry, guys. I think I'm missing a couple rings. I think I was supposed to have 12 rings, but the other 3 were inside of him. I might not do so well in this boss fight. We will see in a moment. Let's see. Okay. Final hit, though. Boom! Yeah, not so bad. Simple enough boss fight. A lot of these boss fights are simple. But again, it is only World 2, so that's whatever. So Eggman Nega, as he calls himself now, has gotten away. But that is okay, for I will continue to chase him down. Just you wait until I get all 7 Chaos Emeralds. But for now, boss fight clear. Oh, I probably should have mentioned this when I cleared the second level, but whatever screen you're on when you finish the level is the screen that will contain the victory screen. Also, I got an S rank on that boss fight despite getting hit. I guess I did beat it just super quickly. If you beat it quickly enough, maybe you can take a hit. I don't know. You need enough points in both categories to clear it, but even so. What did he say his name was? Did he say his name was Eggman Nega? He looks just like Eggman! Maybe Eggman just got some new disguise. Even so, Eggman wouldn't change without a reason. Eggman's speech about ultimate power, it's really bugging me. Sonic, let's go to my workshop. There's something I want to check out. Okay, let's go, Tails. So we've unlocked Tails' workshop, which resembles his workshop from Sonic Adventure. So have you discovered anything interesting, Tails? I don't believe it! Sonic, something's wrong with the space-time continuum! What? There's a tear in the space-time continuum, and it's expanding! If it continues to expand, the fabric of reality will become altered! Is this Eggman's work? I don't know. I don't know! It might have something to do with Eggman Nega! I'm also concerned about that mysterious girl you saw, too. Anyway, we can't leave things as they are now, Sonic! Okay, let's go, Tails! And just like that, Tails has discovered that there's a tear in the space-time continuum. Well, I also unlocked Tails' workshop, but there's nothing else I can do there at the moment, so I guess I'll just have to press forward onto the next zone, Mirage Road. But for now, that wraps up this part of Sonic Rush, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye, humans! Whoosh!
Hey, thank you for watching my video all the way to the end. If you want to know what other types of videos I plan to make, or if you just want to try and keep in touch with me, you can either subscribe to my YouTube channel here by clicking the button down below, or you can follow my Twitter account, @RealYoshiller. I post previews and I post when I'm going to events, and if you want to interact with me, that's probably the best place to do so. Either way, I appreciate any and all support that you guys have, and I hope to see you all in the future. Woohoo!